The following presentation is a production of Ride the Wave Media.
Step into the world of A is for Adversity, a podcast where we explore the journey of motherhood. Join us weekly as we navigate the intricate garden of self-discovery amidst the trials of motherhood. This is your space to nurture your identity and bloom. I'm your host, Jen Banks. Hey, welcome to the podcast. I'm so glad you're here. So glad to be talking to you. I hit my stress ceiling last week. I was not trying to find it, but I found it. And I am trying to come back down, trying to cut things out, trying to get back to normal, whatever that is. I've heard that normal is just a setting on the washing machine. So I am sorry if you're watching this live. The quality is a bit grainy. A, because it's late at night, and B, because my super good webcam is not here with me at the moment. It is in a different location because I am currently recording a podcast mini-series with my friend Sarah Zarol called The Best Birth. We talk about all things pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and just how you can have the best birth, whatever that means for you, whether it's a hospital birth, a midwife, a home birth, just all things preparation and expectations and hope. It is not a trauma sharing podcast with lots of birth stories and horror stories. It is meant to help you feel equipped, whether it's your first, your second, or third baby. It will be launching soon, and I'm so excited to release it into the world. It'll be 40 episodes, that iconic pregnancy number. And we have a lot of excellent experts on sharing their wisdom and expertise. It is a great resource that will be free to the public and available forever. You'll be able to find it wherever you get podcasts through Ride the Wave Media. And that's been my summer project so far. My other summer project has been editing my book, and that is no joke. Oh, there is so much to be done with editing, and I already tend to fill my life to the brim, so despite my best intentions, my life is just very at exceeded capacity right now. So I appreciate your patience and your understanding as I am continuing forward. Speaking of the future, this is going to be the last episode of A is for Adversity. That's right. Kind of a bittersweet moment. This was my first podcast, and now I guess I've done another one, or am in the middle of doing another one with the Best Birth podcast series. And then in the fall, I'm going to be launching my next podcast called Let Yourself Bloom. This goes right along with my book, of course, which will be coming out in August. And I am just so excited for this growth and reinvention of myself as I have grown out of this A is for Adversity podcast a little bit and am becoming a new iteration of myself. I'm so grateful for your support along the way, and I look forward to talking with you more in the future. Anyone who comes to this podcast will see that it ended right here at letter L, Let Yourself Bloom. It's natural and normal to outgrow a brand, and it doesn't mean that it was a failure or that there was anything wrong. It just means that, again, I've grown out of it. I am ready for a new me, a new version of what I can do and who I can talk to and reach. And it all feels really nice. And I will give you a few teasers here on this episode, and you can follow me for more on Instagram at A is for Adversity, soon to be Let Yourself Bloom. It'll be the same Facebook and Instagram accounts, but I will be rebranding. Oh, it feels so good to talk about this and to share it with you. It's kind of surreal. This A is for Adversity has been my baby, my hobby, my interest. It's my growing place, and now I'm ready to birth a book into the world. I know my publisher considers it or compares it rather to birth, and I fully agree. It's been quite the laboring project and lots of things to go into it, and I'm ready to release it into the world and yeah, just see what comes next. Exciting. I have been telling a few people that I've felt a little bit nauseous on this ride, theoretically, and they said, "Yeah, dreams are supposed to make you feel a little bit sick, right? And they're not big enough." Hmm. So, thanks for being along for the ride. Wow. Yeah. It's just an ending. And I feel like we don't often celebrate endings a lot in the world. We celebrate beginnings all the time, but endings, it's almost as if I need to have a closing ceremony for this time in my life. I invite you to come to my book launch party. It will be August 23rd from 4 to 8 p.m. at the place in Draper called Stay in Bloom. Very fitting for this rebrand. And on my Instagram page is a cover of my book, at least the first rendition. Not sure if it'll change or not, but I'm pretty sure it'll stay like that. I will also be thinking through a new logo, colors, all the things that go with a brand. Not only aesthetics, but purpose and values and meanings, target audience, all those things. And I would love for your help. If you're listening to this after the fact, hopefully you can find me on my new podcast platform and on Instagram. It's just an exciting time. We'll move into a little bit about Let Yourself Bloom, my new brand. We'll start with the word let. Ever since my publisher and I came up with this title with the help of a friend, I have always loved that word let. It's permission giving, allowing, possibility. Let yourself bloom. We're told a lot of things to do. And if you're like me, you're an obliger, and a lot of people have compelling reasons for why you should do what they're doing. But if you really tune into your intuition and your inherent self, that is when the power comes, where you can let yourself bloom. I have a business accountability partner, and she's writing a book as well for mothers in their second half of life, also about identity. And her book is about the allow, not the how. So profound. Right along with it. Let yourself bloom. The next word, yourself. You. Your unique personage, your gifts, your abilities, your talents, yourself. We're just each so brilliant, and we have such gold inside of us. There's so much worth sharing that we can learn from one another. And the profound thing that I'm learning is that identity supersedes circumstances. Your identity is greater than whatever you're going through or whatever stage or phase you're in. You can be you regardless. Goes back to the letting yourself, but yourself, it's you. It's interesting because the word yourself is one word, but I like to break it in half and say yourself. We've become disconnected from self, what that means, who that is, who we come as when we're born. Tapping into that is where we all need to go. We're a beautiful melting pot of personalities, And the more we can shine, the more we'll attract what we want in the world. We'll be a magnet for success and people and things that we want. But it all comes down to ourself. And the last word, bloom. Let yourself bloom. Picture a flower. You would never just hold it tight and stifle it from blooming. It's meant to bloom. It blooms for its own joy. There's so many things that come when you can bloom and unfold and expand. I feel like there's a vessel of untapped potential, and the more you can tap into that, the greater you'll grow and be and do and have. So much possibility, so much more than the life we're living. Not that we can't be content with where we're at. We can be content and want more at the same time. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. Bloom. Let yourself bloom. Just the connotation of that word is unreal. Such beauty and then expansion, as I said. I can't wait to help you bloom. I am still blooming. A lot of people think you need to have things all figured out before you write a book, but you don't. I'm an example of the messy middle and just doing things. I'm a lot further ahead than if I would have waited to start. I've learned so much in this podcast journey. I've learned so much in this rebrand. I've learned so much talking to you. I found my voice. I found my purpose, my meaning, my message. And it's out in the world. It's starting to be out in the world. There's no backing down, no hiding, no apologies. And you can do the same. Let yourself bloom. If this piques your interest, again, follow me on Instagram, read my book. When it comes out, it'll be on Amazon and hopefully wherever you get books. Thank you for being here with this journey and me. I don't know if you've seen Inside Out 2, but I am pretty much like nostalgia right now. Makes sense. I'm looking back as I'm moving forward. I'll leave you with one last quote, and I don't even know what it is. I'm just starting to talk. It'll come to me as I talk. As I think, I will share that I have recently joined Toastmasters. It's an international club to help you become a better public speaker, storyteller, communicationalist, whatever that word is. And it's very intriguing. I really love it. I invite you to look up a chapter wherever you're living. And I shared a speech about quotes. The one that is coming to mind right now is worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Sometimes our worries and our fears paralyze us. They cause us to not move forward, to not pursue our dreams, to not be who we uniquely are. We're afraid that others will see us differently if we change. Sometimes we are put in a box by other people and they expect us to stay the same, but we don't stay the same. We change and evolve and grow and do. And it's wonderful. Like I said, identity supersedes circumstance. Who we are is greater than our fears. And if we can put those fears to bed, we can be more. Thank you for joining me on A is for Adversity for the last time, and find me on my other podcast, Let Yourself Bloom, coming fall 2024. It's been a great time. Until later, bye.